Totally.
Okay.
Here with Jon Gingrich before the Penn match. Jon, this year, first year as an assistant coach at Brown, volunteer assistant?
Yep. Volunteer assistant.
Are you done wrestling, or is this time for thinking about it while you're coaching?
It was definitely a time to thinking about it. This is kind of the first step in the transition to see if I still have that competitive drive in me to go out there and compete. You definitely kind of have to have that if you really want to compete. So this is kind of, if I'm here, which, I do miss competing. So it's
You do?
It's kind of like still in the back of my mind, but I don't know, kind of got to see how it goes.
How does that manifest when you say you kind of miss it? Like, you just wish that you're out there when the guys are wrestling, or you think about it in bed at night, or what's the deal?
Definitely when they're out there wrestling, I kind of want to wrestle.
Yeah.
And then it's just kind of like taking a year off, and you kind of like reflecting, competing, kind of like, I know the things that I did wrong now.
Yeah.
It's like, man, maybe if I knew about like warming up correctly, or maybe
Oh, interesting.
eating correctly, or being more dedicated, or learning from like my mistakes and stuff. When you're in competing, it's kind of tough to learn from it.
Yeah.
So you kind of take a step back. It's like, man, I can kind of see where I messed up.
So you can see just this year coaching where you have low-hanging fruit to improve yourself already.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, is that just from observation and trying to get these guys to live right, or is Coach Beckerman giving you ideas, or a combination?
I mean, some of the stuff you see guys do in the room or out in the mat, and you're like, oh, we need to go here or here or there. And the other thing is just in the practice room, since I'm not like so focused on myself trying to get, that ready for a match, I'm trying different things, messing around with different moves, and kind of like, oh, I can do this now, oh, I can bring it back here. And
right,
here.
things you never did in competition before.
Yeah.
So it sounds like you're enjoying the transition because you're learning a lot as a coach.
Yep.
Do you see yourself coaching in the long term?
Again, I'm not 100% sure. I think
Okay.
if I get with the right program and stuff and work my way up, find some of the same philosophies of me and stuff, then I would definitely, enjoy coaching. I've always kind of viewed myself as when I was younger that I would someday coach, whether it's at the college level, or high school, elementary, just kind of staying around the sport.
Gotcha. You've been out of Penn State for a year now, right? You graduated a year and a half ago?
Yeah,
or?
a year and a half ago.
Okay. Any reflections on your time there? I know you had a lot of competition, and what are your thoughts about the time there?
I learned a lot.
Yeah.
Definitely with the Coach Kill, Coach Cunningham, Coach Cody. Them being there, they taught me a lot about just wrestling. The competitive mind and life outside of wrestling. So I think that's kind of one of the biggest things for me is just kind of do my best to almost be what they did. It's just match up. And, try and take the stuff I learned from them and involve that with my coaching.
Gotcha. Has your self-talk changed, like when you're wrestling with your newfound kind of coach's mindset? Like, everybody's thinking, they think aggressive or get to this position. Has it changed at all, or is it similar?
It's changed some. I guess I'm less aggressive now. It's like if I wanted to, you can keep taking somebody down, but they kind of need to learn these positions. And the other thing I kind of find myself in is like a lot more positions where like I'm trying to get them to learn something.
Yeah.
So I purposely put myself in a bad position to see if they can learn how to get a takedown or learn how to get a turn. And you kind of gotta like step back and take that pride away.
Yeah.
Because it's not about you, being the best you can be anymore.
Totally.
It's about getting the kid the best he can be.
Now, can any of these guys give you a run for the money? Like, does anybody put you on your back in the room? If they get a good move, you're sometimes?
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe?
It's more of like a drilling thing, I guess. I don't know.
Only in drilling.
There's definitely times that, they surprise me, getting deep on a shot, maybe take me down.
Yeah.
Which for me, that's exciting. It's like, okay, you can do it. Like, you did it to me, so I know you can go out and do it in a match. Just getting that transition is a big thing.
So you're staying in shape. You're looking like you're in good shape.
Yeah.
A decision soon about making you do some senior event, or?
I don't know. It's tough.
Yeah.
A big thing for me is like, if I would compete, I would probably want to go back to Penn State.
Okay, and go to the regional training center.
Yeah, because I think Penn State's a prime example is like you can be as good as the room.
You're right.
So you need somebody to push you. You need somebody that can beat up on you to get better.
Okay.
So.
Have you talked to them about it, or is it just
I
sort of?
haven't.
Okay.
When I left with coach, the coaches, I've always sat down and talked to them, and that's. From my understanding, they'll always kind of have an open door policy,
Yeah.
if I'm interested in something like that.
Nice. So you've only been out of school for a year and a half, 2 years. Any difference with these age kids and when you were in school? Have kids changed in that short a time?
Not really. I
No?
mean, they're still, I guess probably the same way where I was in school, where sometimes they think they know best, and it's not always the case. I definitely noticed, at the Ivy League, the kids a little bit more intelligent.
Gotcha.
At Penn State, we're playing Clash of Clans and stuff like that, and here we're in wrestling, we're talking about like politics or something.
Right.
So it's definitely a little bit more
Different
intellectual
culture.
here.
Yeah.
A little bit different culture, but other than that, it's really still kids being kids. They're still in college.
How old were you when you started wrestling?
Second grade.
Second grade. So
Yeah.
you've been at it most of your life. What
Yeah.
keeps you, connected to the sport? What is it about the sport that keeps you, enthused and
Yeah.
sharpening your edge?
Well, I mean, honestly, I really didn't enjoy the sport.
Okay.
Like, in high school, it's kind of like, why am I doing this?
Okay.
And in college, even like my first year, maybe 2 years, I was still like, man, this sucks. I'm getting my butt whooped. All these, Cameron Wade was whooped my butt all the time. So eventually, I kind of stuff started clicking. And then just being around Coach K, Coach Cunningham, Coach Cody, their passion for the sport, it kind of rubs off on you. And then as you kind of start enjoying the competition and learning how to have fun when you wrestle, that's what I kind of learned how to do. Now it's like, okay, I enjoy it. I look forward to it every day. It's like, man, I can't wait to, get in the room and wrestle. If I take a day or two off, I'm kind of getting edgy and dude, I need to get back out there and wrestle.
Nice.
So,
Awesome. Hey, thanks for taking the time.
yep, no problem.